Stephanie White is in serious trouble.
You came here to slow down Caitlin Clark.
He has no idea what Caitlin Clark's status is.
Is so against Caitlin Clark.
Has chosen Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White do not want Caitlin Clark to shoot the ball.
Caitlin Clark is in a position to flourish with this head coach.
Let it fly. It's going to go.
But we supposed to sit here and not watch a logo 3 because of Stephanie White?
This is your star. This is the face of your franchise, the face of your team.
The league is nothing without Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White just made the biggest mistake of her season. She sidelined Caitlin Clark and handed the keys to Kelsey Mitchell.
Stephanie White has ruined this once great, electrifying, must-see TV Indiana Fever offense.
While Clark was told to stop shooting, Mitchell gets praised to let it fly, even when she's ice cold. The favoritism isn't just obvious, it's sabotaging the team.
Everything around the WNBA so scared to actually tell the truth.
And now fans are furious. If you stand with Caitlin Clark 100%, drop a comment below and let's make it loud.
Caitlin either need to get the hell out of Indy.
From the very start, Stephanie White made it clear who her priority was, and it wasn't Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White has chosen Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White is so against Caitlin Clark.
Game after game, her actions and words sent one loud message. This is Kelsey Mitchell's team.
Stephanie White has made the decision that this is Kelsey Mitchell's team.
Even when Mitchell is struggling, like going 2 for 14 in a game, White's response is full of unwavering encouragement.
She wants Kelsey Mitchell to keep firing. At one point in the game, Kelsey Mitchell was 2 for 14.
Kelsey tonight, not the most efficient night, but still an impactful night. And that, especially in that fourth quarter, is there any kind of message you need to say to her? Anything that we still need you to keep shooting and keep going or anything like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just telling her, like, let it fly. It's going to go.
Let it fly, she told Mitchell. It's going to go.
Clark was letting it fly, letting it go, and she was making the shots. You called it hero ball. Kelsey Mitchell took 24 shots yesterday. She only made 8. And that was in the second half when she started actually making them. She was like 2 for 10 in the first half. Why didn't you call that hero ball? Why wasn't you telling her to pass the ball? Why didn't you have her stand in the corner?
That kind of green light is rare, especially for a player with such inconsistent efficiency.
It's dumb that we're sitting here giving her the green light, but we're stopping Clark.
Yet for Clark, who has already set records and proven herself as the most impactful rookie the WNBA has seen in years.
Clark, she holds the record in WNBA history for most assists in a game, besides like over 60 other records that she accumulated last season.
The treatment has been completely different. Clark herself revealed on the Sue Bird podcast that Stephanie White discouraged her from shooting.
Caitlin Clark went on Sue Bird podcast and dropped major gems, bro. She let it be known that Stephanie White do not want her to shoot threes
if she wasn't hitting early.
Caitlin Clark came out on the Sue Bird podcast and said that Stephanie White don't want her shooting. Stephanie White said that, oh, Caitlin, if you're missing, just drive.
Think about that. Your franchise player, the biggest name in women's basketball, is being told to hold back her game, to stop doing what made her the most electrifying scorer in college basketball history.
When you see like 2 or 3 go in, especially like for me, like if I have 2 back-to-back in a row, like I'm probably going to launch a third that maybe isn't advised by Steph, but like I got to get it up. And then if the third goes in, like you're just hot. I think as a shooter, like your confidence just builds and builds and builds.
You got the #1 person in NCAA history who can give you 40, 30 a game at will. We know that because we've been watching her do it in college. And you want her to just pass the ball to everybody.
And this isn't just offhand advice. It's a pattern. When Caitlin gets hot, like during that Liberty game, where she lit it up with 9 points in just over 30 seconds, Stephanie White didn't celebrate.
The Liberty game. We watched Clark score 9 points in 39 seconds, 38 seconds, I think it was. She was mad. Stephanie White had her arm folded, looked disgusted, pissed off.
She stood there stone-faced, arms crossed, looking annoyed.
She looked pissed off on the sidelines when Caitlin shoot.
The energy wasn't pride, it was irritation. Meanwhile, Mitchell can miss 10 shots in a row and still be told to keep shooting, and White praises her for it. The same behavior that gets Clark labeled as playing hero ball is applauded when it comes from Kelsey.
Let it fly. It's going to go.
Let it fly. It's going to go. You've never heard her say that with Caitlyn. You've never heard her say that with Caitlyn.
This isn't a difference in coaching philosophy. It's a difference in who White chooses to empower. And it's impossible to ignore. This kind of favoritism doesn't just affect Clark. It poisons the chemistry of the entire team. When the leader in assists and fan engagement is sidelined emotionally and strategically, it sends the wrong message. That merit doesn't matter. That it's about playing favorites, not playing to win. Clark was brought in to elevate this franchise, to finally pull Indiana out of years of mediocrity. But right now, she's being treated like a backup dancer while someone else gets the spotlight. And Stephanie White seems perfectly comfortable with that.
Who are you to tell her not to be shooting logo threes? Who are you to be telling her to stand in the corner and do nothing? Who are you to be telling her not to take so many shots?
Before Stephanie White took over, there was a moment of hope in Indiana. Under Christie's sides, things were far from perfect, but one thing was clear. When Caitlin Clark was given freedom to play her game, the fever surged.
Once Christie Sides figured out that she needed to play Caitlyn's style and let Caitlyn do Caitlyn, things was running well. I gotta be honest with you, and it was must-see television.
They ran the floor, moved with urgency, and let their generational talent lead the charge.
Even when Caitlyn was on fire frying the New York Liberty, she looked pissed off.
That's when the team found its identity. They started drawing national headlines, selling out arenas, and picking up wins. Clark's vision, her pace, her ability to hit logo threes or fire off pinpoint passes in transition. That was the engine that made Indiana exciting.
Wait and let Clark be Clark. And we started taking off to the point that everybody wanted to talk about the Indiana Fever. They were dubbed America's team.
That was the moment they became America's team. But then came the shift. Stephanie White was hired with promises of speed, transition offense, and development. Instead, she delivered the exact opposite. A slow, half-court motion offense.
Stephanie White do not want Caitlin Clark to shoot the ball.
That completely neutralized Clark's strengths.
We gonna go through some of this tape, and we are going to watch how she has single-handedly broke this offense.
Stephanie White, who comes in and is supposed to be a defensive guru, but instead, she brings her slow-ass offense with her. No one asked her to, but that's what she did. She brings the motion offense where everybody can just pass.
And worse, she built a roster around that style, bringing in older, slower players who couldn't run the floor with Caitlin even if they wanted to. Gone were the easy buckets in transition. Gone were the backdoor cuts and fast breaks where Clark thrived. What replaced it was a rigid, predictable system, designed not to win, but to control. Stephanie White didn't just change the pace, she changed the priorities.
Stephanie White has ruined this once great, electrifying, must-see TV Indiana Fever offense.
Rather than putting the ball in Clark's hands and letting her orchestrate the offense the way great point guards do, White forced her to defer.
Kelsey Mitchell is a volume shooter. She was 2 for 14, 8 for 24 on the game. I like her game. She's a certified bucket getter, but let's be clear here. Running your offense through Kelsey Mitchell game after game after game, we know where that leads you. We've seen where that leads teams.
To Mitchell, to Natasha Howard, even to Brianna Turner. Suddenly, the #1 pick, the face of the league, was reduced to standing in the corner waiting for the ball.
Clark should have to take a back burner to know Kelsey Mitchell, to know Aaliyah Boston, to know Stephanie White.
Watching plays develop without her, it wasn't just a bad fit, it was an insult to her game. Clark's skill set is built for freedom, to see the floor, to read the defense, to improvise and ignite momentum. But White seems determined to suppress that. Instead of leaning into what makes Clark great, she's pushing her into a box.
Caitlin Clark is in a position to flourish with this head coach. She clearly doesn't mind Kelsey Mitchell shooting 24 times in a game, but she don't want Caitlin shooting at all.
And it's not speculation. It's coming straight from Caitlin's own mouth. She's hesitant. She's second-guessing whether she should play her natural style.
And also, Caitlin Clark is acknowledging that she's not used to feeling like this.
Because she's worried her coach might not approve. That's not development, that's deprogramming. Meanwhile, the players White has prioritized, like Kelsey Mitchell, have been given the green light to do whatever they want. There's no leash, no criticism, just endless encouragement. Even when the team struggles, White doubles down on her system instead of adjusting to the obvious. This team should be built around Caitlin Clark, not just because she's talented, but because she makes everyone around her better. She opens up the floor, she creates gravity. When Clark initiates the offense, teammates get easier looks. Kelsey doesn't have to force 24 shots. Aaliyah Boston gets better spacing. Even the role players get cleaner opportunities.
She means more to the WNBA than Stephanie White. Hell, she means more to the WNBA than the entire Indiana Fever put together.
Instead, Stephanie White has decided to sideline that entire dynamic. She's flipped the script from what was working to what clearly isn't.
How we were playing, and you are going to see that it fails and compared like what we're doing now.
And the numbers don't lie. The team was better when Clark was unleashed. The fans were more engaged. The players looked more energized. And now we're watching confusion, sluggish offense, and a frustrated star questioning her place in the system. This isn't just bad coaching, it's deliberate sabotage of a winning formula.
Stephanie White does not want, she does not want Caitlin Clark being the main player. She does not want Caitlin Clark being that dog on this team. And she's made the decision that this is Kelsey Mitchell's team.
Clark got all the eyes on Indiana, just trying to capitalize off that shit.
I don't know if this is a sabotage job. I don't know what's going on.
Stephanie White had a blueprint for success handed to her on a silver platter, and she threw it out for a system that's outdated, inflexible, and most importantly, not built for Caitlin Clark.
We had a good thing going, and it's like she came in here and messed it up.
And as a result, the team is paying the price, not just in losses, but in lost potential.
It's convenient that she's hurt for y'all right now, because y'all gonna shine anyway.
What Stephanie White may not realize, or worse, what she's choosing to ignore, is that her decision to sideline Caitlin Clark as the franchise centerpiece isn't just alienating fans. It's sparking a full-on revolt. The frustration is no longer confined to angry tweets or post-game grumbling. It's a movement now, and it's growing louder by the day. Because this isn't just about play calls or rotations anymore. It's about the deliberate mishandling of the most impactful rookie in league history. And people are paying attention.
We heard Caitlin Clark come out and say herself that Stephanie White don't want her shooting. Yeah, Stephanie really doesn't want me taking that shot, but I'm probably just gonna take it. So you don't want her taking it, but you want Kelsey to. Okay, this Kelsey team then.
First, let's talk about the fans. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring hype. She brought transformation. She single-handedly elevated the WNBA's visibility, selling out arenas that had been half empty for years. She's the reason kids are showing up in Clark jerseys. She's why broadcasters are giving more airtime to women's basketball. And she's why Fever games suddenly matter on the national stage.
Say it's huge. The opportunity to be able to connect and kind of be a role model, be an inspiration for so many young kids that are flying all across the world. Like I heard so many kids talking about they came from New Zealand or Australia or wherever they were coming from to watch All-Star Weekend and be able to interact with their favorite players.
This isn't opinion, it's fact. The league's ratings, ticket sales, and merchandise numbers all exploded the moment Clark entered the league. So when fans see her being minimized, forced to the corner, criticized for playing hero ball, benched during crucial stretches, or worse, treated as an inconvenience, they take it personally because they didn't come to watch motion offenses or volume shooting from inefficient veterans.
Stephanie White is in serious trouble.
He has no idea what Caitlin Clark's status is.
It's so against Caitlin Clark.
Has chosen Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White do not want Caitlin Clark to shoot the ball.
Caitlin Clark is in a position to flourish with this head coach.
Let it fly. It's going to go.
But we supposed to sit here and not watch a logo 3 because of Stephanie White?
They came to watch Clark lead. And when she's sidelined, not just physically, but strategically and emotionally, it feels like betrayal. But it's not just the fans who are noticing. The media is starting to connect the dots too. Questions about Clark's injury status have gone from curiosity to suspicion. Why does Stephanie White never have an answer? Why does she constantly claim she hasn't spoken to the trainers?
Stephanie White has no idea what Caitlin Clark's status is looking like.
Why does it feel like the organization is hiding something? In professional sports, especially when it comes to your star player, vague injury updates raise red flags.
This is your star. This is the face of your franchise, the face of your team.
And this isn't a one-time thing. It's been ongoing. Whether it's intentional misdirection or a sign of internal dysfunction, it's becoming impossible to ignore.
Stephanie White, she lies, and her lies come back to bite her.
Even more troubling is the silence from within the locker room. Where's the support from teammates? Where's the unified front you expect from a team rallying around its injured star? Reports suggest the opposite. Disjointed meetings, team events where Team Clark isn't even present, subtle jabs in interviews. It paints a picture of a fractured environment, one where Clark is being held at arm's length rather than embraced, one where she's being positioned as the outsider, not the leader. And then there's the front office. What are they doing? They watch Clark carry this franchise into relevance, yet they handed the coaching reins to someone who appears more interested in proving a point than maximizing talent.
Caitlin either need to get the hell out of Indy or the front office need to make it their business to hire a new coach.
Stephanie White has had every opportunity to adjust, to pivot, to put the ball back in Clark's hands, to empower her as the floor general this team needs. And she hasn't. Whether it's stubbornness, jealousy, or simply being out of her depth, the result is the same. A system that refuses to evolve around the one player it should revolve around. The consequences are mounting. Team chemistry is eroding.
It's sad what happened to this Indiana Fever team.
Losses are stacking up, and fans are checking out. They've gone from excitement to confusion to outrage. You see it everywhere. Social media, post-game call-ins, even national analysts questioning White's decisions. The WNBA's most marketable player is being wasted in real time, and the league risks squandering a generational moment if this continues.
How do you want to be an in-the-paint type team when you got literally shooters that could shoot from damn near anywhere on?
Even worse, there's a creeping suspicion that all of this is intentional, that Stephanie White was brought in not to build around Clark, but to rein her in, to humble her, to slow down her rise. Some fans have gone so far as to call her an agent of the old guard, someone who resents Clark's stardom, her swagger, and the shift in power she represents. And when you look at the double standards, the body language, the public comments, it's hard to dismiss the theory entirely. Because let's be honest, if this were any other league, any other star, this wouldn't be happening. If a rookie quarterback broke passing records, led his team to relevance, and sold out every stadium he played in,
WNBA is headed towards highest average attendance ever, propelled by Stonewall Clark.
Would the coach suddenly bench him in favor of a middling veteran? Number that coach would be fired before the next practice. Yet here we are, watching Caitlin Clark get sidelined, not because of her performance, but because of politics. And Stephanie White, knowingly or not, is at the center of it. This is bigger than one team. It's about how the WNBA handles its moment in the spotlight. And right now, the Indiana Fever are blowing it.
This is your star. This is the face of your franchise, the face of your team.
The league is nothing without Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin either need to get the hell out of Indy.
They had lightning in a bottle, and instead of building around it, they've tried to contain it. You don't sideline Caitlin Clark for anyone, let alone to prop up a player who's had years to lead this team and never delivered results. And if this continues, Stephanie White won't just regret sidelining Clark. She'll be remembered for wasting the most important rookie season in WNBA history.
There's no point in arguing, being like, oh, the league is nothing without Caitlin Clark.
Stephanie White made a choice, and that choice was to sideline the very player who brought the Indiana Fever and the entire WNBA into a new era.
Bad news for the Fever fans is this is officially Kelsey Mitchell's team in Stephanie White's eyes.
But when you bet against Caitlin Clark, you're not just betting against a player, you're betting against the fans, the future, and the momentum this league desperately needs. The backlash is here, the spotlight is burning brighter, and if things don't change fast, the regret won't just be Stephanie's, it'll be the entire organization's. If you believe this is Clark's team, not anyone else's, drop a 100% in the comments and let your voice be heard.